Hello, everyone. I'm in a little box. No, I want to be big. Oh, I can't be big. Well, I'm stuck in my little box. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Coding Badly, or as we called it today, for reasons we will soon reveal, Deploying Badly. My name is Joe, and I am one of your hosts. Let me bring on my marvelous co-host. Please welcome Kevin to the stage. Now we're in now we're in big boxes. Now we're in small boxes. The boxes, their sizes have changed. Hello.
They do that, yeah. Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. Thank you very much. I'm excited for today's little side project, side quest.
Yeah, I feel like side quest is a really good name for it. We're being timely. We're being smart, savvy content creators. And so we have pivoted in the last minute to jump on what's happening and what is topical, so that we can deliver you the latest and greatest in developer content. For those of you who are not aware what we are and what is happening, you are tuning into Coding Badly. This is a Battlesnake stream. Battlesnake is a programming game for developers where you write the brains to control a little snake that doodles around the board, competing against other snakes and hopefully growing longer and piloting you to victory. You can play Battlesnake in any programming language of your choosing, as long as it has a web framework or a way to accept HTTP requests. You can use it to write a Battlesnake. And in Coding Badly, we do ill-advised things with Battlesnakes.
Hi, Penelope.
Hey, Penelope. It's been a while. Good to see you. In Coding Badly, we do ill-advised things with Battlesnakes, like asking Penelope to come on and write a snake in Bash. That is a thing that has happened. We have made snakes controlled by faces. We have done a relay where 8 very talented developers build the same snake and pass it on to each other and make a big mess of things. And today, we are here to... might be too strong a word, mourn. Mourn the loss of the Heroku free tiers, isn't that right?
Mourn the loss of the time it will take for us to move everything off to other platforms, more like.
Yeah, I have so many Okay, so I guess to rewind. Heroku, very popular PaaS? Is it a platform as a service? I think it is. A very popular platform as a service. Arguably like one of the pioneers of the ways we now make websites. Really notable for its early days of providing a very permissive and easy free tier, and it also kind of pioneered like deploying via GitOps. So to deploy a web service to Heroku, you like literally just add Heroku as a remote to your code base and push up to it, and then your application is running. And so it's super easy. And it was like, lots of, although it was more expensive than getting into, AWS or something, lots of businesses still run on Heroku because it's so easy. Lots of my stuff runs on Heroku free. I think every developer probably has like some old stuff kicking.
Right, because it's also really good. Like, it's really prevalent for people learning. So a lot of students or early career developers, or those who are self-taught, they'll deploy stuff there first.
Actually, a good point. When they announced that they were winding down the free tier, they announced that they were going to be like serving non-students through like their non-profit portal. But like Heroku was in the student developer pack, the GitHub student developer pack at some point. Doesn't look like they are anymore. They're not. So yeah, hopefully learners will still be able to get hold of it. I'm not sure what that process will be like, but wait, is that process online? Because I can test what that process is going to be like.
Is what process online?
Is the student process already online? Because I now have a student email address again. Anyway, so. We have to.
Are you trying to work out? Oh, you know what? I'm not going to have to move everything off right now.
I mean, no. I may not be, because starting in 11 days, I'll be a student again. So I will get my Heroku free, and I will enjoy it. But anyway, today, because we have this painful problem, we are going to avail ourselves of some wonderful content that Mr. Andrew made. Andrew in the chat. Delicious content. And this content was as you can tell. Written before Heroku made this announcement and then updated afterwards. But Andrew has made a blog post on lots of ways you can deploy web servers for free in 2022. And it's purposely gone after Heroku styled things, like the genesis for this was like easy deployment. Like Battlesnake has long used Replit, and lots of people want easy deployment options. Lots of our top tier snakes use big scary cloud deployments, but Andrew was looking for easier things. And now that Heroku's been knocked off this list, today we are going to go through this list and see if we can deploy to all of these options before the end of the day. This is very self-serving, chat, because I have not yet found a Heroku alternative for myself. And I've used Replit. That's the only one of these options I've used.
Yeah,
so
I've
we're going to speed run. Oh, Battlesnake. Andrew is updating the blog post like right now. I'm scared about the extent to which Penelope is ruffling in the chat. That's an alarming amount of ruffling.
Says Andrew.
Yes, exactly. Battlesnake deployment speedrun.
Also, there's a couple missing from here. There's Fly.
Oh, I don't think Andrew's claiming to have gotten every single free host.
No, I know that. But Fly.io.
Actually, let's do Fly.io as well, because Fly.io is one I've been keeping an eye on.
Yeah.
I'm nervous about Fly.io because it requires a Docker file. But we'll work that out.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, that's good to know.
Definitely, I deployed something there, or a colleague of mine deployed something there yesterday. That application I built and does not have a Docker file. There's a follow-up post for Fly, says Andrew. So,
Andrew's on top of it.
Shall we take a look at the follow-up?
But you need a credit card. I have one of those. Should we have a look at what? Sorry.
Yeah. Well, what's the follow-up post?
Oh, I don't know. Is the follow-up post already live?
Or is it coming?
Is it coming? Oh, okay.
Oh, it requires a credit card.
So they didn't post it. I understand. Okay, so the contents of this post. So first of all, why did Andrew select these? What was the methodology? Time to deploy is the big one. The latency, obviously super important for Battlesnake. I have actually seen in the Battlesnake Discord while I was on there today, someone was talking about particular issues with render taking a while to wake up. So we will hit these. Ease of use. That's hugely important for me in replacing Heroku. And then they need to have a free tier. In Andrew's case, it was Python. We're going to be doing Node.js. Needs to be able to deploy directly from GitHub. I will say, full disclosure, Kevin and I decided to do this about 20 minutes ago. And so whilst we were on the loading screen, I created an account on all of these services. I just logged in via GitHub on every single one of them, and I'm ready to go. So, Andrew, you did this very well. You can all deploy directly from GitHub. You can create your account directly from GitHub. They all have a GitHub app, and only render required me to verify my email even. So the rest of them, I'm just ready to go after logging in with GitHub. I was very happy.
I'm kind of happy to see that Andrew's saying render's super slow. There's latency challenges with it. I deployed something there yesterday, and it became such a headache. I ended up, and I've been a huge render advocate.
Let's just drag them before we even get there.
No. I'm just saying that.
So you feel vindicated, is what you're. Yeah.
I do. I feel big time vindicated.
Yeah.
The issue, as a quick aside, if I may, was it said it deployed the latest commit, but it didn't. Like I put a console log in there, for example. That console log was not there, and it wasn't a caching issue. It wasn't a browser issue. It was none of that. It just wasn't making it. But it said it deployed the latest commit. Were you able to then force it somehow? Very odd. Very odd. Anyway.
So I think that's a really good set of criteria. So we're looking at Gitpod. Which Gitpod I put I haven't actually used Gitpod, but it's very close in my head to Replit. I think of it like Replit, but maybe that's not correct. But yeah, they're less about cloud deployments and more about cloud dev environments. They're kind of playing in the same space as GitHub Codespaces.
Can GitHub Codespaces host entire applications, or is the idea that they?
I mean, GitHub Codespaces is again like virtual dev environments.
Yeah,
but like I don't know. The big restriction is just whether there's going to be an external URL, right? Like,
I imagine there is.
We're just gonna in the course of
sorry.
reading this blog post, we're gonna add like 7 other options. I mean, we can try. We can definitely try. If I even have access to it.
It's running our public servers.
Oh,
Andrew coming in with all of the
yeah, Andrew knows. He's done the research. Yeah, Andrew like worked on this blog post for like blood, sweat, and tears on this for months, and then here we are coming in like last minute, asking all these obvious questions that Andrew has dealt with ages ago. So it's Gitpod, Heroku, rest in peace. Scroll past that. Railway. So bridge between local deployment and production deployments, liking the sound of that. That sounds very Heroku-y. Automatic deploys from GitHub, again, sounds very Heroku-y. I'm into it. 5 stars, very happy days. Render, again, just looks like cloud stuff. Ooh, hidden gotchas. Oh, okay. Free are very slow. Okay, good to know. And then Replit, we've covered a bunch. Also kind of meant to be like online dev environments, but you know, does a whole bunch. It's kind of its own paradigm, really. It originally just started off as like, as the name suggests, as online language REPLs, and now it's like a whole thing. So Replit's going to be the least exciting. That one I did actually have an account for, and do know how to use, so we'll cover that one last. And then we've thrown in Fly.io, which is Fly.io is interesting. Fly.io
I don't think it does push to deploy with GitHub, so it would have been disqualified from this list.
Okay, interesting. I did log in with GitHub, so I think it might do.
No, it may well do.
Yeah,
it may well.
But the interesting thing about Fly.io is they are, and I don't know if I'm using the right terminology for this, but they're going after a particular niche. Like, they're not just trying to be easy cloud deployments. I think they're like trying. I think their whole thing was like globally available edge or something. Like, they've got a big thing on. Yeah. They had like a very particular niche that like they happen to potentially be a good Heroku replacement, but like that's not what they're trying to be. So, okay, here we go. Right, so what are we going to be deploying? Well, as Kevin mocked me for earlier, the app that apparently I talk about too much, Battlesnake. Why Battlesnake? Because it's on Heroku free, and it's the only Battlesnake related application I have running right now that is on Heroku free. So I'm sorry, we're once again going to Blockly land. We're not going to be doing anything on it, we're just going to be deploying this application a million times. This application does live on GitHub.
Joe?
Yes?
Joe, you periodically kind of break up a bit for me, and it could certainly be my internet, but it could be yours. Could chat tell me, is that happening with you? Is Joe like sometimes breaking up a little bit? At least then I'll know if it's me or not.
StreamYard's not telling me my internet's bad.
Yeah, but nor me.
Oh, I need to resubscribe. Maybe I'm peaking my microphone.
CEO of Render, just like my
audio
tweet
is good.
About, you know, that we're doing this and we're here being like, it was really challenging. We should let them know. Okay, audio is good. It's me. Cool then. Perfect. I can work with that. That's fine.
Perfect. 13-month sub anniversary. Woo! How do I get rid of this pop-up? There we go. Okay. Alrighty. So this application is an Express app. We apparently have run it on Replit at some point. I don't remember when we did that. Yeah. I don't remember doing that. But as you'll see in the instructions, it does use Heroku. So, how are we gonna go about doing this? Should we just like, I think we do this. So the nice thing is, for all of them but Replit, we are coming in clean. I think we do this like developer experience golden path. I think we just go to the page as it is when you log in and see if we can work it out. Yeah. Okay. So I presume I want a prefix any Git repository URL with gitpod.io. Okay.
Slash hash.
Gitpod.io/hash.
No. You want the whole thing. No. And then
wait.
/https GitHub. Like you want the whole URL. It needs to go right at the start.
Oh. That. Well, that's hideous.
That. Yeah.
Wait, is there a slash after the hash? No, there's not a slash after the
No.
hash.
Oh, Angelo from Railway here to part, just in case there are
Hey,
any
Angelo.
issues. Hello.
We want every platform we want to use today. Send your representatives. We want you all to have a battle in our chat. Okay.
Don't do that.
I'm joking, of course. Allow Gitpod to open the VS Code link with code. Yes.
I mean, oh, okay, yes.
What were you going to say?
Interesting. No, I was wondering if we should pick no and do it all in the
I mean,
do it all like in the browser.
I'm quite intrigued to see what this experience is like. Okay. Yes. Where's that logging me in? That's over there. Sorry, excuse me, everyone.
This
a lot of the stream
a famous DevRel person now, says Andrew, in that we can summon people.
Yes.
I feel like there's a lot of like prompts we have to hit for this.
Yeah, I don't actually know what's happening anymore. The prompts have stopped.
Yeah.
The prompts have stopped. It's
hit the
running
button again.
Okay, let's hit the button again. I might have broken it because I use
Oh, there should be a vendor Battlesnake tournament.
That'd be really
cool. I
cool.
kind of dig that. Like, yeah.
Okay, it's enabled. I'm in. I think it's done. I think it's done. How do I know if it's done?
No, I don't think it. Can you bring up your status bar? Because you've hidden it, the one along the bottom.
That's a very good question. Can I bring up my status bar? I might have to change my.
Because I think that's where Gitpod kind of injects itself.
There we go. I'll have to comment that out.
Tab close button. That doesn't feel like the right comment.
Workbench editor tab close button. No, it doesn't, does it? Activity bar visible true. Sounds like that's the one I want.
No, activity bar's the side one.
Oh, okay. That was
The status bar's the one at the bottom. Because that's where it injects itself. I have mine hidden for what it's worth.
It hasn't come on. Oh, maybe I didn't want to comment that out. Maybe I want to put on.
Is
there a shortcut to bring it up?
Just use the search.
That's what I did.
I think you can do it in the UI though.
Oh, I see.
It says one of two. Where's the other one?
One sec. Share status bar.
Cool. There we are. Because I think it goes down there, Gitpod. From my vague memory of. I don't think it is there. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's fun. So I'm just gonna close that. Oh, hang on. Did it open? Nope. That's the Battlesnake board repository. Let's close everything. Let's give it a fresh start. Open. Gitpod wants to sign in using Gitpod. Allow. Open. And now this is where I break it because it's going to
signing into Gitpod at the bottom.
Cool. Yeah, sorry. It's going to take me a little while because it's opening the wrong container tab, and that's why I broke it before.
That's all good.
So complexities we've discovered here. Joe's VS Code editor is too minimal, and also Joe uses a stupid Firefox setup. So, okay.
To be fair, I hide both the activity bar and the status bar, and I feel like there should be some indication that, like, hey, this setting's off, and to use this, you need to just toggle it.
You don't have registered any asset above this machine. Copy and use this temporary password until workspace restart. Let's just do that.
I've kind of lost track of what it is we're doing still.
Well, we've opened so many VS Code windows.
But like this process feels a little rough in my opinion. But this was their this was the suggested. This was right there at the start. Yeah.
Yeah. It's also setting up this SSH. Okay, that's correct. Opening remote. Okay, I think this is fine. I think it is now. We just need this to succeed, and I don't have anything else going on that needs to happen. But I will say. And obviously, okay, so Gitpod isn't trying to be a Heroku replacement. It's trying to be cloud-based development environments. It connecting to my VS Code via SSH and allowing me to, like, what this is doing is allowing my local text editor to be connected to a cloud development server. That is what is happening. So it's not trying to be the like one push deploy that Heroku is.
No.
So
I mean,
that in mind, but this so far is jank.
Andrew says in chat like the browser is smooth, and I'm wondering whether we should.
Do I have to make a new workspace then?
But the thing is,
open in
here,
browser.
Like,
there we go. I'll just click open in browser.
That to me felt like the main call to action was open it in VS Code.
I did choose that when we started. It asked when I started up. It said what's your preferred browser, and I chose. There was VS Code browser and VS Code local.
Oh, interesting.
So, oop, no. So I just wanted to deny this. Why are you making me log in to deny it? That's going to be allow. Cool. Okay, that's the application. So the application is running. Oh no, thank you. Okay, Andrew's right. Okay, folks, if you're going to use Gitpod, do just do the browser because that's like instant and we're there.
Or understand you need to invest the time to get it set up locally because I imagine that's a better experience. You use your own editor.
I think we are now connected. Socket connect. Yeah, we are now connected and it is just running. But now the problem is like, so this is Gitpod task. Yes. Okay. So yeah, that's connected. That is doing the business. Cool. Okay, we're in. How long did that take? Too long.
It added a Gitpod YAML file to the directory.
Let's have a look at what's in the Gitpod YAML file. Tasks init npm install command npm run. I love that. That's very similar to a Heroku proc file. Really minimal, really beautiful. Good to go. Happy days. Cool. Okay, where do I get my public URL? That's
I think it
was here. Right. I'm gonna send this to you and verify that this works, Kevin.
Discord.
Yeah, in Discord. Interestingly, the port's in the URL, which is kind of cool.
I noticed that too, which is interesting.
Like at the front of the URL chat, just to make sure you don't think I've gone.
I hit the URL and it's loading. I guess
to do this, make a proper test, we actually do need to give this to a snake and check the latency, right? Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna have to do the Blockly Pro. No.
It isn't loading for me for what it's worth.
It's not loading for you.
No, I've not got a 404 though. I've just got an empty white page. There was a button you needed to press to make it public, says Andrew.
Oh.
So where is it? Can we get to it from this interface, or do we have to do it from
share? More action?
Yeah, see, it does push you to VS Code quite aggressively.
I can't find where to do that.
No, maybe
I've ticked share. Try now. I have ticked the share thing.
Yeah, that was it. Now it's public.
This button that says share. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right. So let's call this Gitpod. Save the name. I'm just gonna put in a function that returns left. And then I'll just call that function. And we'll make it, we'll make the Gitpod one red with different columns so we can identify them. Return left. Okay, that should work. If I remember how coding badly, how the Battlesnake worked. Build a Battlesnake. Oh, by the way, Battlesnake is fancy now. There's like a new website.
Oh, it's so cool. I really, really like it.
Yeah, that's very cool. And I called this Gitpod. That should be correct. I don't know where this is
why are you
hosted.
doing /Gitpod? No, it's /Blockly.
No, Blockly's the editor. After that, the slash is the name of the snake.
It's the snake
I've named the snake Gitpod, yeah. It's red. Okay, it's working. Latency is bad, apparently. Custom game. Gitpod Blockly. Yeah, we're timing out. We're timing out.
Yikes. I wonder if this is, we're not going to do it, but I wonder if you get prioritized if you pay for it.
Maybe. We are actually sending left as well. Can we tell where this is hosted? Where, like, can I tell what region I'm in? I really don't want to have to, we're going to have to look at docs, Kevin. Gitpod region.
Click on ports in the bottom right corner.
Bottom right corner.
I assume in the editor.
Yeah, got it. Ports. That's not telling me anything.
No.
Oh, do I need to make this public? Ah, that might have been what I was meant to do.
Oh, I was maybe, but weird that I was hitting the page successfully.
Yeah.
It wasn't public then.
I'm actually just going to quickly check I do actually get a move. I mean, that's working. Like, I'm able to hit my info endpoint. And obviously, besides Battlesnake, because it came out of red. And we are sending a move left. We are actually sending the move. So, interesting. How do I know where
have you got a good
workspace?
Have you actually got the snake logic? Is that actually doing anything?
Yeah, it's returning left. So all I'm doing is returning left.
Oh, refresh your snake on play.battlesnake.com maybe? Says Andrew.
Oh, I hit the wrong one. So it's able to hit the info endpoint.
You should probably go through and delete some of these snakes at some point.
Nah, it's coward's
No,
way
it's
out.
timing out.
Yeah.
But if anything, this is indicative of the fact that it's not clear what to do.
Yeah, like it's definitely emitting the move, and the move is definitely getting sent. Where do we? Let's take advantage of the fact this is running and add another little connection socket found. Yep, ID. There we go. Sending default. Sending info. Oh, is up on? Is it just on move? Yeah, it's on move. No.
Just as another point, I think the whole point is these workspaces are ephemeral and therefore this URL will cease to exist the moment we wind it down, and that's by design. So would you host an application proper here? Almost certainly not. Kind of in the same way as ngrok ditches your temporary URL quite quickly.
Yeah. Okay, not only are we actually sending a move, but we are sending a valid move because we're not getting the invalid thing. We're sending a move that our snake thinks is valid. So yeah, it's just latency. Okay.
Just latency. Yeah.
Just latency. And that might be fixable by setting our engine region, but I can't work out in Gitpod where to find out where this is. I don't know where this is. Is there anything in the URL that gives that away?
Try changing the snake URL.
Oh, yes there is. WSEU. Let's try that. Let's go for that one. Yeah, let's go for... We'll try GCP. And if that doesn't work, we'll move over to DigitalOcean. Hey, okay. It was purely a regional issue. Gitpod is success. I don't know if there's a better way to find out your region other than finding it in the URL, but I'm assuming it detected I was in Europe and did the appropriate thing. So, well done, Gitpod. All right. So, when does this change? So, does it just run now? is running.
So this is a workspace, right? The idea
is
is this whole workspace is ephemeral. You delete it and you create new ones, or you suspend them or something like that.
But if I don't do any of that, will this URL continue to be good?
Yes, but you only get so many hours for free of online workspaces now. I'm not sure what.
Well, let's leave this running now and come back at the end and see if this is still running. I want to see if this ever, like, when this goes to sleep and how long it takes to wake up. Okay, Railway.
Yeah.
Okay, on to project 2. So Railway, deploy a GitHub repository, provision a database. Okay, just create a new project. Deploy from a GitHub repo.
I'm going to just say I'm secretly very, very excited about this one in particular because I think this might cinch it for me for my own personal projects.
I'm going to initialize it with one repository. Give it Blockly. Install and authorize. Move that over here. Two-factor authentication code. Welcome to the Joe logs into GitHub 16 times screen.
Over and over and over again.
I think we've done it, but the browser window just mysteriously disappeared.
So is this a brand new Railway account?
Yes, I've never used Railway before in my life.
I'm intrigued by the starter plan, $5, 500 hours in the top right, and I'm not quite sure what I'm meant to take away from that. Add variables, that's nice because that's a common.
Yeah, that's cool.
A common thing. Like we don't
deploy
need to,
now.
But
there's none else now.
This is giving me very like CI/CD vibes right here.
It's working.
Yeah.
Docker run. Oh, US West. Okay, we're US West this time.
And while we're waiting, what are the tabs?
So variables as we
I'm
discussed.
variables.
Metrics is going to be uptime, and settings is deployment trigger. So main, that's cool.
Yeah, domains.
We can give it domains. Oh, expose the service to the public internet. Generate domain. I guess I need to do that.
Yeah.
And then start command, which is perfect.
I'd like to see what it does by default.
Policy. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna. Oh, get to choose which build packs we use. So Heroku's are Nix by default. Ooh, that's spicy. Okay, and then but they are there. Okay, let's see what happens. Deployment success. Listening on a weird one. Okay, let's give it a URL.
One moment, your deployment should be live soon.
There we go, it is live. Okay.
Did that automatically refresh in the background?
It did, yeah. I didn't do anything. I didn't do a thing. Just got the little Blockly sound effect. It made me very happy. And we'll make this one blue. Nope, green. Sorry. Okay. And then this one did look like it was US West. Can I tell where it is from here?
Well, you figured it out looking at the deployment log.
I figured it out because as the deployment log was flying by, I saw it use a US West Docker URL. So I don't actually know if that is where it is.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't look like I can tell from here. Also, I'm a little bit worried that I'm in... Okay, I've only got one environment as production. Okay. All right, let's go make it. Build a Battlesnake. I'm building from scratch. Its name is Railway...
Oh, Railway in chat. We only support US West for now. We're working on...
Perfect, thank you, Railway. Who needs to know which regions you have? There's only one. Thank you for being in the chat and answering these questions.
Yeah, really lovely.
Okay, Railway is up and it is green, so it is working. Let's create a custom game. Railway Blockly, start. Does it go left? It goes left! 183 milliseconds.
Sweet. I really enjoyed that.
Let's
hit them against each other.
Yeah, get pod Blockly. Yeah, we'll have a tournament at the end. Kevin, can you find somewhere in your Discord history is the Blockly YAML for our working Blockly snake?
Yeah.
Okay, I do have to say, and it's because it's in Europe, I guess, but the Git pod Blockly's lower latency on its one turn. But anyway, that was lightning fast, no confusion. That was lovely. Are you
sure this is where we did it, by the way?
I sent it to you in...
When did we do Battlesnake? It wasn't. It was this year.
Too long ago.
Sorry, go ahead.
Do I really have to?
Oh no, I've got it.
Oh, you've got it.
No, I've got it. I'll. There you go.
Using Discord as a VCS, yes, Oddwire. I mean, to be fair, it's not exactly like what we're sharing around is a huge block of YAML that makes up our
of XML.
workspace. Of XML, sorry. How do I even load this again?
Oh, that I do not.
I think we.
Oh, it was local storage.
Yeah.
Go and edit the local storage, like manually.
Download message text. Okay. Okay. So, inspect and then storage, local storage. This one? Yes.
Yeah.
How do I just?
Can't you just double click it?
Yeah. I have done that. Now we give that a refresh. No, nothing happened. Oh, paste XML. I made a button.
No. You're in the bottom right of the canvas.
Nope, it's just empty.
No.
But we did make a button. So if I'm going to clear out that horrible XML. Storage, delete this. Give it a refresh. Paste XML. Okay, whatever, it doesn't work. It's fine. That's not what we're here to do. Okay, render. Straight away, I'm already like...
Hang on. I think render might be dropping by the stream too, says Andrew. Can you get him in now, or shall we swap the order we do them in?
Or should we just move on to Replit?
Yeah, I think that might be nice. By the way, I properly dig that. I thought that was a really lovely experience.
Yeah, that was really, really nice. Oh, actually, there is something we need to do, which is we need to figure out the significance of the pricing. Let's go have a look what that stuff at the top means. If I can remember where we were. Here we are. Okay. So we have $5 of credits. The starter plan includes $5 of credits for your projects for up to 500
levels,
it's runs out first.
Use it till it's done, then it's done. This isn't a monthly thing. It's a fiddle with the platform without a credit card.
So there isn't a perpetual free plan. Is what I'm hearing? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah. But that's like 20 full days of uptime.
Well, it depends how fast the credits go down, right?
Well, it's $5 or 500 hours usage.
Whichever runs out first, right? So it is.
Hang on a moment. No. Because I actually hit their pricing page because it provides a little more detail, which is a bit more nuanced than that. This is their docs.
How do I? Can't use computer. Where do I? No.
Can you just hit railway.app like homepage? Anyway, I'll just tell you. So every month you still get $5.
I don't think I can actually find their pricing page. There it is. So every month you do get $5.
Yeah. So we're on the trial now.
Where does it say?
And then over one to the right, the blue.
Yeah.
So ditch the limit, still free under $5 a month. The inference, I believe, is you do need to put in a credit card at that point. Fiddle with the platform without a credit card, sans credit card, and you stick in a credit card, but you get a $5 a month for free. Which means realistically, well, I don't know how $5 is. Yeah,
the railway app says Railway app does say the limits reset every month. Sorry, Railway app. Was that message for the starter plan? Or have we got it right? With we need to upgrade to the developer plan. How do we know what's happening with render? I'm really annoyed the Blockly pasting's not working. Let me see if it actually went into local storage.
For the starter plan, when you upgrade, no hour limit. When you upgrade, no hour limit. One question I have is, what does $5 just mean? Like, what does $5 like? It's easy to say $5 or 500 hours of usage, whatever comes first. But what does, and then you move up right to this pay-as-you-go usage-based or prepaid tier, and then you just go for $5 a month. I'm wondering what that means in practice.
Is the case that I can't do it in Firefox?
Oh, it's actually right here. There's a usage estimation little tool. Interesting.
Don't understand.
Oh, you were trying to work out how to get RXML in there.
I think it was a case of the paste XML button doesn't work in Firefox. No, it might also just be broken. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Does not matter one iota. So it depends on how much CPU memory your app is using. We think people will get a good feel on cost with the trial plan and upgrade when they are confident.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. Oh, okay, we've been told to do Replit. Thank you, Andrew. Okay, Replit. We know how to use this one. Apparently, I've already got a Replit thing in here. So, again, we're going to do it as if it's new, though. So we're going to import from GitHub. And that's going to be github.com, Joe Nash, Blockly. Snake? Are you detecting it? No. Why? What's happening? Have I made this GitHub integration have really limited permissions? Is that what's happening?
You might need to go to like, your GitHub apps and
yeah, so I'm doing that in the other window. Give me 1 second.
No worries.
Replit. Yes, I have given it really limited permissions. There we go. Let's try that again. Sorry, that was not Replit's fault. That was good on them for supporting limited scopes. Bad on me for being privacy nightmare.
It feels like that should be auto-filling.
Yeah, I think that means something still... Nope, it's found it. It is not that. It's Node.js. Why did you auto-detect it? Oh, I guess it does have... Yeah, it was fine. Import from GitHub. And then that's going. And we know Replit's good and fine. We use...
But again, not really intended as a host, right? It is intended
not
as
really
like
intended
an
as a
online
host,
coding environment. Like in my mind, it's more akin to Glitch.
Yeah, I think that's a good comparison. There are a lot of snakes in the Battlesnake Okay, that particular problem, that particular error message, maybe because we've used it with Railway. Either that or Replit also moved to Nix.
No, because the repo's the repo. Like
but did Railway might have added a config to it, but it doesn't actually look like it.
Oh yeah, what's the .config at the top?
I do not know. Let's have a look. No, they have done no commits. We're good.
Yeah.
So yeah, apparently Replit's also running on Nix. Did like every cloud host move to Nix in the last like period? Replit did move to Nix. They are very spicy too. Everyone's embracing functional package managers. Yeah, so Replit, again, not really intended to be a host. Comparison to Glitch is a good one, because it's also meant to be like, again, it's meant to be a cloud dev environment. It's playing in the same space as Gitpod. I like Replit quite a lot as a learning environment. I'm not sure I'm super keen as a dev. One of the things I really like is like they have little utilities like this. So like they have a little toy database, which is just a key value store.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so we built Nomi and I built the capture snake in Replit initially, and then moved it to MongoDB. But I was able to bootstrap it really quickly because of the database, which is really cool. So let's run it. And I don't think I need to do anything to make it public. I need to fix this snake to make it so we can still put them all against each other. There we go. Perfect. How are we doing on Replit? Replit's giving me very annoying prompts. It should just be able to tell that I have like a million things. It's up. Do I have a URL? Yes. Blockly. Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
You're getting through these very quickly.
Well, you say that.
Well, yeah, it might all come crashing down now.
And we can keep adding them. A little bit concerned that's not happening. So, did I have to do anything to make this public? Do I need to publish it? It's not loading here either. Something's gone wrong with Replit. Oh, there we go. Cannot get. Okay. Okay. I think we might be okay then. Do I need to do something to make this public? Nope, we're good. It's just very slow.
You made it public. Yeah, you made it public actually when you first imported it. That was one of the options.
It was just very, very slow to start up. But we're there. Let's give it our left text. And we'll call this one.
I mean, we're hardly going to be pitting them against each other at this rate.
I mean, yeah, so we need to. We don't have any reasonable snake code for them, so build a Battlesnake. But again, Replit was pretty quick, and I did have a Replit account, obviously, but I still followed the normal process, and in fact, because they've updated so much stuff since I used it, I actually still got the normal product tool, so was more or less fresh off the bat. Can I tell where this is hosted? Yep, go ahead.
Just as a thought on trying to get our Blockly XML in, were you copying and pasting it verbatim out of Discord because it's surrounded in quotes?
No, I was copying and pasting it out of the text file, and I did dodge the quotes.
Did you?
Yes. And I will verify that. Let's do it in the railway one. You will even see I have not selected the quote.
Oh, I believed you.
Yeah, so okay, so when I hit the paste XML, I'm getting navigator.clipboard.retext not a function. So I don't know.
That's a Chrome thing. I remember.
I don't actually have Chrome installed on this computer.
Or any Chromium browser?
No. I can just get it. I'll just get it. I reformatted my Mac and I've got a way of not having it.
If it bothers you, go get something else. Brave, Opera, Opera, whatever.
Opera's worse. Didn't Opera do some like embedding weird cryptocurrency stuff in their browser?
Yeah.
Brave did that. Brave definitely did that. Yeah. There you go, Chrome. Welcome to my computer. Yeah, so we're not actually currently even getting our customizations from Replit. So once again, we need to work out which region that Replit server's on. Is there a way for us to determine that from here?
Have you gone through all the things on the left?
I'm working on it. Packages, secrets, debugger, database, unit tests. No.
Oh, is it down at the bottom with CPU, RAM, storage? Yeah, no.
No. Okay. Replit region. Where is Replit hosted? So yeah, we're on. Oh, I mean, they're in probably US West. Oh.
What?
Wait. Oh, I'm an idiot. It could be US West. Yeah. I don't actually think.
Andrew's shouting Edge at us. Oh, the browser.
No, that's not why I'm an idiot. That's not why I'm an idiot. Because we're playing the Battlesnake, so the requests are coming to my browser here in Europe to run in the Blockly browser.
Oh yeah.
They're not running on the server, so I don't think there's any way to resolve that issue because the request needs to go to Replit, which then needs to send the request to me via WebSocket.
No. You want the Battlesnake hosted wherever the hosting provider is.
Yeah, I'm just trying this. It was already where the hosting provider was. I'm just trying this just to see if anything gets better, which I don't think it will. It shouldn't logically make it better. No. Yeah, so it should be. We do want West for this, but it might just be that Replit is too slow for this setup. For folks who don't understand what I just said, we are using a particularly weird snake for this. That snake actually runs in the Blockly editor in our browser via WebSocket. So the web server that's hosted on Replit is in San Francisco, is getting the request from the Battlesnake server and then sending the game state to my browser, which is then returning a move, and then Replit is able to respond. Yes, this is a difficult latency situation.
This was not the right app. It's just dawned.
Well, I mean, it was the right app in some ways because it does show if they are slow. Railway and Gitpod dealt with it.
This is true.
No, I'm not saying Chrome is my default browser. Okay, we're up. That's the XML. Let's start with the railway one. Cool. Let's try copying and pasting this XML. Still no XML.
Wait, no, you're still in the bottom right of the canvas.
Oh, okay. Oh, yep, the XML's there. But no snake.
Huh.
Yeah. Am I getting...
Did you forget the right series of events?
I don't like this works last time.
But that XML is just that.
Yeah, exactly. So I was copying it out of it to see if it actually worked. Well, that's definitely getting the... Oh, that looks like an error. Oh, unable to pass. Maybe it does need to be wrapped in the quotes. Maybe that's why. Maybe when we did this previously, we actually
text to Dom was unable to pass. Yeah, I reckon.
Past us did in fact know what was going on. Refresh. No, it's still unable to pass it. Why though? Anyway, I've lost interest. Okay. All right. I'm calling it. We're going ahead on render.
All right.
Replit doesn't have the latency. I guess I want a web service. Yes. Yeah. Connect to repository. I logged in with GitHub. Do I now need to connect to an account again? Oh, that's very annoying.
One's an auth thing and one is an app that you install.
Yeah, they can be the same thing though. Okay, we are connected. Node, region, let's have it in Frankfurt. See, first one that's actually let me do a region select from the off. That's lovely.
Build commands npm install and then npm start.
And then free, it tells me the plan right up front. Free, RAM, fine, 0 month. Free plan scale down.
I will say that
active.
Those deploys are also slow. I mean,
learn about free plan limits. Yeah, but
because this is what I was ranking. I pay for one of my apps, and there's a free app, and the difference is so stark.
Right. But it did make that all clear up front, which the others we've had to divine a little bit. So while it's deploying, let's have a look at these.
You thought they would tell you up front because they want your cache.
But on the other hand, like, it's kind of the curse of trying to make the development experience as fast as possible. You don't want to get bogged down in these meaningless details, like letting people know how long they can run their app. Response delay of up to 30 seconds to the first request that comes in after a period of inactivity, and you get 15 minutes. Free plans are only available for web services and databases. Can be restarted at any time. Do not support persistent tests.
Andrew's like, Andrew's on one. Painfully slow. No, but for real, I tried to deploy something
that's
on a
an interesting one.
Instance.
Limited build hours. Oh, for static sites. Oh, for all of them. So limited build hours. What actually counts as a build hour? What is actually a build hour? Like, are they literally just timing the time between like running the start command and it succeeding?
I reckon.
Oh, generating container image from builds. It's probably this. It's probably this generating this container image is what they're timing. Builds for free web services typically slower than builds for paid services. Okay. So we're going to be here a while apparently.
Yeah. How are you doing today, Joe?
I made friends with a cat, so I'm having a great day.
Tell me more.
I'm cat sitting for a friend. They recently moved to Amsterdam, and then they immediately had to leave again for a while. And they are a couple of notable things about this cat sitting. It's about 30 minutes cycle away from me in a very trendy area of the town that I don't get to visit much, so that has been nice. But I have done more exercise today than I've done in a long time because I have to visit this cat twice a day, so it's about 2 hours of cycling every day. But I've got that for 4 days. So that's going to be a big difference. But this cat did not like me, and I told the owner that the cat was fine, but wasn't super pleased to see me. And that was
the effort you put in.
Yeah, I mean, that was going to be okay. I was prepared for this cat not to interact with me. Like, they've only just moved there. I thought the cat would be skittish. But then they told me that they had left some bribes for me, and it turns out they have cat frubes. They were like, it's like literally like a frube. It was like a tube of salmon pate, and that cat's now my best friend. We're having a great little cuddle.
They properly smell.
Yeah, they do. But yeah, the cat likes me. How about you?
I've just been kind of moving today, on just work writing. I've got a blog post written today. Edited a couple of videos for my day job. That was all good. My conference talk submission shut yesterday, but I found out apparently end of day, like a full calendar delineation for what the end of the day everywhere is UTC plus 12, so that's 1 p.m. UK. So I shut it all down then, got that going. Haven't announced it yet, but the event happening 2 weeks today, had its tickets actually they're now available. The conference is in Jan, but we have a meet up on the 15th of September,
sorry,
15th of December.
Sorry.
But all of that happened today. It looks like we're going.
We are up. The small talk stream has ended. How do I... Oh.
That's it, the on-render URL.
And this is going to be that initial startup time, I guess?
Maybe.
Look
at the logs.
Public?
Logs are on the left. These are kind of that.
Yeah, that was the logs I was looking at down there.
Oh, yeah. My mistake.
We have not hit it yet. Do I need to do anything to make it public? What does connect mean?
No.
SSH.
You do not need to make it public. It is public.
This request is happening. That's finished. That's not
Feels
loading.
a bit odd, doesn't it?
What is happening there? I mean, this, by the way, this is very Heroku. I'm happy with everything we have here.
Yeah. I first came to render when I was struggling to deploy something on Heroku, actually, because it isn't quite as easy as everyone makes out if you're not building it for Heroku.
Right.
There's some gotchas. And I came to render and it was a very similar experience. Up until yesterday's fray, I was very happy as well.
It is actually returning me a web page.
With render, sometimes you need to redeploy to make it work, which feels odd. But let's do it, yeah. So go to events now. Oh, did it bring you here automatically? This is where we would have gone. Cool. It's fine.
This is funny. Build's too slow. Is our free product actually resulting in a bad time? Pay for it.
Well, I hate that for what it's worth. It's almost like an acknowledgement that hey, we've given you something that is not amazing. Pay us. Don't get me wrong.
Free sample on the street. Or did it taste like cat food? Pay for it.
No, I think this one's going to be quicker, Andrew, because we didn't clear the cache.
Yeah.
So I'm cautiously optimistic. Actually, no. After yesterday, I'm not cautiously optimistic.
It's running build
at all.
command npm install again. Generating container image from build transfer. Oh, I don't know why that refreshed. So when you were saying we were getting through these really quick.
Yes, we slowed down now.
We really should have got a comedy timer to do all these.
For what it's worth, when you deploy something on render and pay for it, it's a really excellent experience. It is a shame.
The render CEO is here. Anura, thank you for joining us. Sorry,
hello.
I always put people's Twitch handles. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you saying you're gonna make this free tier builds faster. For full disclosure, we did just have to trigger a rebuild because the URL was not returning our application, but was returning an empty HTML page. So we're not entirely sure what's happening. So we have triggered a rebuild. But if you missed when we first did the thing, some pros for you versus other things we've deployed today. Really like that you let us select the region from the off. We have had to work quite hard to find out which region some of the other free services we're looking at today are deployed in. And also really liked how easy it was to understand your free plan straight away. Again, that has not been immediately clear in everything we've looked at.
Yeah.
And I'm very much enjoying this dashboard. It has all the things that I expect to be able to find moving from Heroku. So that's very pleasing.
Yeah. I deploy my personal stuff on Render, and I'm very happy when I pay for it. I deployed my first thing on a free tier yesterday, and these build times are quite something.
It does feel like we're being very like spoiled brats. Like, oh, our favorite free service is shutting down. All these other services that we have arbitrarily chosen will be replacements don't exactly do what it did, but that is what we're doing, and we're going to stick to our guns.
I mean, you say that. I mean, we've compared it to a few. You know, this isn't the first one we've come by, so we have our comparison points, and this is the slowest deploy.
Yeah, that is
the Gitpod experience was rough as heck.
But again, Gitpod is trying to be like a remote development environment, not a host. So...
Sure, but if you follow the path of doing it all in the browser, it was very quick.
Do I need to do anything to disconnect my VS Code from that? Oh, it's done it. Okay. No, go away. We are listening. Let's give it another go. That did it. Okay, so redeploy
so why
did do it.
To redeploy?
Who knows?
And the only reason we should point this out is Andrew over here in the chat said with Render sometimes you need to redeploy to make it work. We followed that and it works, which means this is not a one-off like, oh, that's a weird quirk. We've now both experienced it, which is interesting. Do you know what color that is, or are you just making it up?
I'm hoping it's somewhere in the region of purple. It's like equal mix red and blue. It's gotta be, right? Like, build a Battlesnake. Build from scratch. Where's our render URL? Let's see if it runs. And we were able to select region as Frankfurt, so our latency on this one should be good. Yep, it's getting purple. Look at that. Purple. I knew what I was doing.
That was a good guess.
knowing how the colours are made. Do you know how you make brown, Kevin?
No.
Oh, yellow and green, isn't it? That latency is all over the place, actually.
Interesting insight here. Free build times aren't good. It's a technical architecture problem. Render will actually save money by making free builds faster, which feels like a win for everyone.
Nice, that's cool. Okay, I'm putting all of our snakes together. Interestingly, we don't even have the option to do replet because it's failing so bad it's not in the list. I should throw the Heroku one in here actually for baseline to remember what we're losing. Is this the Heroku one? No.
Honestly, I'm surprised you've ever managed to deploy something on Heroku. Every single time I hit enough issues, and they're random. Really? They're random, like an H10 error, and it's like, what the heck is an H10 error? And I spend like an hour looking at error codes and give up, and that's how I found Render.
The golden path is so good for Node apps that like I never even have to like make a proc file, right? Like it just does, it just works. Like I just git push and it's just done. Like I never do anything more. Oh, wait a minute. The Heroku one appears to have our code. No, this is rubbish code. This is just some garbage. This was evidently me.
Put it all in the trash, which we can dip back into if we want. Remember that?
I do remember that. It's my favourite feature of Blockly. Let's.
For those of you who don't know what I mean, we just drag things over to the trash can in the bottom right to get rid of them. That is a pain you can open back up. Like, what the heck?
Blockly is unironically the best programming environment. I should use purple for this. You could be red. You can be a combination of red and green. I'm sure that'll be disgusting. Okay, let's make that one. Build a Battlesnake. Build from scratch.
Oh, is this repo public? Yes, it is. I'll drop it in the chat.
Oh, that's fun.
Turns out I'm not going to drop it in the chat because I'm not logged in to anything.
You know what
I'll do? I can also just tweet it to you if you want.
That's right, I can do it.
You got it? Cool.
Yeah.
This, for what it's worth, is not the same repo that Andrew had to do a double deploy to get it actually working. That I believe that was the Python starter snake.
Oh, server error. Okay, what have I done wrong here? Battlesnake Heroku. Oh, I didn't save it. I'll do it. Too many tabs. There we go. Oh! Render. So we've got... Oh, I missed the buttons apparently. What is happening? I've broken the Battlesnake website. My yellow snake is so repulsive. Do I have too many? Whoa, okay.
Whoa.
I might have too many instances of Blockly running. Gitpod. Railway.
Yeah,
render.
so just to clarify in the tracks, I think we might have a couple of render folks here, which is lovely. The repo that Joe has just dropped is the one we're deploying here today, and we had to do a second deploy to get it working on render. Andrew, I think, tried to deploy the Python starter snake for Battlesnake. That had the same issue too, 2 different repos, but this one did exhibit that behavior, yes.
And when I said we had to redeploy, sorry, when Kevin said we had to redeploy, we just clicked on manual deploy and deployed the latest commit.
Yeah. And then just while we're here, something I mentioned earlier is I had quite a headache with render yesterday, actually, taking a little Node app, very similarly set up, little WebSocket signaling server, tried to deploy that. Render told me the latest deploy was the one that was deployed, and it most certainly was not. And I triggered a manual deploy, and it still wasn't the latest version that was deployed, but it said that it was based on which commit it was deploying from. I can send you that separately if you're
Unfortunately,
interested. But that was a free tier. We're all on the free tier, but when I deploy on the not free tier, I've never had an issue. So maybe there's some quirk there. Yeah, all for free services.
I do have to close all the other Blockly snakes down. My browser actually could not handle running 5 Blockly snakes. No, it's okay. We don't need to see them all go left at once. We are timing out. Oh no, we're not timing out. We're server erroring. We are server erroring. Why are we server rendering? Oh, I cannot do ID of undefined.
Did you put in slash?
Yeah, I did. That might be. That is probably a result of. Yes, I do. Let's refresh that. Does the app not? Okay, there we go. It's connected again. The restart on that looked to have been very slow. Now we can't load snake metadata. Why? Set snake name render. What is going on? There we go. We're getting a WebSocket. Duplicate name found overwriting. Okay, it's definitely there. It's definitely there. Refresh. Okay, cool. Okay, good. We finally have the render snake working. Custom game. Throw in the render. Let's have a look at its latency.
That's better.
Yeah, there we go. All right, that was render. Thank you, render folks, for being here and checking out the issues that we have weirdly both had. You need some TLC. That's understandable. That's understandable. Fly.io?
Yeah, let's do this. This one it was a bit different as far as I'm aware. It was gated with a credit card. Have you resolved that ahead of time?
I haven't done that. Let's see what happens. Launch an app.
Because I think this might be terminal based. We'll see.
Yeah, it does look like it was. That took me to docs, which, again, we're coming here from Heroku. We're fine with that. But I'm going to see what else happens when I just click buttons that look like they do things. I'm just really on my oh, here we go. Do we have...
Oh, that's... Look at that. That's pointed right at the top. Upgrade a Heroku application with Fly and just get 60% faster web dynos.
Oh, I actually want to... How does that work? Connect to Heroku.
Connect Heroku.
Oh, I'm very tempted to do this. Heroku apps fit in our free tier. This is nice. This is fancy. You know what else is really funny about this? I have a terminal addiction to the Orange website. The Fly.io CEO was on Hacker News on the day of the Heroku announcement, like going out of his way to say that like Fly.io is not a good free Heroku replacement because of their focus on Edge, and like that's not what they're trying to be. And then this is here, which is interesting. Okay, I'm going to go through this process. So I will sign in some stuff.
Well, hang on, Andrew. You're saying Fly has a web interface now? I don't think it does. I mean, we can work through it, but I mean, like when I click touch a terminal.
I mean, I can. Once I do that, yeah, every button takes you to the docs to do it via the command line, which is fine. Again, like I'm a huge fan of the Heroku command line.
Yeah. The second one's interesting. A simple path to hosting a VS Code editor in the browser yourself.
So that's running the VS Code server. Yeah, that's really nice.
Yeah. So I suppose find the Node.js one in this list.
I'm logging into Heroku. I'm doing the Turbo Roku one.
Oh,
so I'm doing. Here we go. I'm logged in. Okay, I'm logged in.
I'd love to do it both ways as well, by the way, because people might.
Yeah, for
sure. In the future, they won't be coming from Heroku.
Oh, okay. There we go. Region select. Oh, that's a lot of regions, which is their whole point. Choose the name.
The whole point.
Battlesnake, I believe, was it. Launch on Fly. So I was about to say the reason. There we go. That's the credit card thing. Okay, one sec. The oops. Sorry, let me close that one and I'll do it just here. Yeah, the reason I find it really fun to just blindly click around the websites until we find the way to make the thing happen rather than like applying any mental process to it is I used to do a lot of developer experience audits. My credit card might actually not be in this room. Okay.
Let me just read out my note over.
I found one. Okay.
Also, I thought their Hello Node application was interesting. You see it on the penultimate line on the screen now. I didn't know you could specify endpoints as an array, and I find it odd that they chose to do that in their 101.
Why is it odd?
Threw me off. Syntactically.
Where is that happening?
Like that first line, at get, and then that first parameter. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
That's pretty cool, though. Okay, so straight up, that web page lied to me. It said once I put in my credit card info, I'd be redirected to the Turboku page. I was not, but I am here now. Battlesnake deploy. So yes, does require a credit card.
That requires a credit card, but doesn't require the terminal if what you're trying to do is deploy a Heroku app.
Why do we care about not requiring a credit card? Well, fun facts. Credit cards are really uncommon in most of the world. If you want to be Western-centric about it, you just have to look at the difference between France and Germany, where in France, like something like 60% of people have a credit card, and in Germany, something like 12% of people have a credit card. But also, and then within Europe, there are countries that are not necessarily like where the preferred payment method isn't Visa or MasterCard. Isn't Visa credit or MasterCard. So here in the Netherlands, they prefer VPay and Maestro debit. And then there's just a lot of the world where just like access to credit cards is not a thing that people have or do because the economy just doesn't work on getting everyone into debt at an early age. So lots of folks in lots of places in the world just don't have a credit card. So if you have a credit card requirement, although it is a very, very useful fraud fighting mechanism, you do just intrinsically exclude lots of people. And if your focus is just getting businesses to sign up, I guess it's fair to assume that a business has a credit card available to it somewhere. But if you want individual developers to try your stuff so they can carry that product into their workplace, it will make it a lot more difficult, particularly for our student friends a requirement of being in the GitHub Student Developer Pack used to be that your product didn't require a credit card for that reason.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Miriam said Maestro's dying though, so debit CC should be more common soon. Yeah, that'd be interesting because that would wreck the Netherlands. So we are still kind of, everything is still happening in this Heroku option. So we've got our little deploy log in our Heroku land, which is pretty cool.
In our Heroku land.
Well, I mean, like in this Heroku marketing thing they've done. This one's still taking. This one's also not super quick. Yes, here in the Netherlands we have a particularly fun little payment infrastructure where the Netherlands has its own payment method called Ideal, which is all QR code based. And mainstream banks like my ING card doesn't have a card number on it. Can we try the render migration steps? We certainly can. Thank you, Andrew. We'll give that a go as well. This one is taking a minute. So now that that's going on, can I see it in my dashboard anywhere? Why do I have these? What? Oh. Wait. What is this? Have I used Fly before? No, okay. No, this is interesting. So under my apps,
expose the actual application that builds your application as applications in their own right.
That's fascinating. Okay. It's still being deployed. Okay, let's go look at the render process.
Mm-hmm.
Migrate from Heroku. Yep. That is fine and good, but a mile away from what we just saw from Fly.io. So Fly.io had, a Heroku integration and a web-based GUI where I could select my application. It had all my Heroku dynos and it had all my Heroku apps in there. I just select it. This requires me to generate a Docker file.
We only have.
What do you mean? What do you mean? It's here. This is it.
Oh, I mean, let's just kind of get a vibe on the whole guide. Like, we only have 3 minutes ish.
Oh,
like,
sure.
We'll finish the one that's going and call it. But like,
so we have to install a plugin for the Heroku CLI. Use that to generate a Docker file and a YAML file.
Interesting.
Then we have to presumably then add the source control. And then we need to go to the render dashboard and then add a blueprint, connect the GitHub account again.
Consider for a moment that like we're deploying a pretty simple no dependency. There's
I would just
no
push.
database.
I wouldn't do this migration process. I'd just push.
What do you mean?
As in, like, I wouldn't for that application. There'd be no value in doing this migration process.
Yeah, for sure. I'm coming with the counter, which is like if you end up having a more complex application that pins on, Heroku databases and so on, then running through this guide once is not as strenuous.
I'm not saying this is bad. Like, this is it's great they have this. This is a totally reasonable set of steps. I'm just saying it's like I'm trying to catch Heroku free tier users with a marketing effort. That big button at the top of the list that said migrate from Heroku, that took me to a fancy marketing page that had a Heroku integration, is like night and day experience, right? Like, this is like good, and it's in the docs, which is instantly I was like, cool, that's correct and is useful if I was migrating Heroku applications. But explicitly for our purposes here today, as like we are the people with free apps trying to just get onto something else as quick as possible and don't know which one we're going to pick, this has won my heart and mind. But like, that's not to say that like, you know, this is not sufficient or this is a bad developer experience. From the there's like developer experience for people who use your platform every day and like are deploying real stuff on it, and they've already on a higher plan, right? And they're building real apps. And then there's like developer experience for people that you're trying to convince to become that user, right?
Yeah.
And that's the difference we're talking about.
Yeah.
Like, you'd have to follow this guide. Like, you'd have to already render would already have had to run my business somehow for me to want to go through this, right?
Yes.
Whereas this has been zero cost on like my time and effort, though very, very, very slow build. This has been a build process and a half.
I think this has been longer than the render build.
Yeah, I think it may have done. It actually looks like it's released twice. It looks like it's deploying again.
No, monitoring deployment.
No, it's V1's been deployed. AMS pending. We've had this message multiple times.
So is it
I think it
deployed?
might be stuck in some kind of loop. Yeah, AMS pending. Failed. Failed due to unhealthy allocations. No stable job version to auto revert to.
I saw this yesterday when deploying to Fly, and we actually, I don't know, I wish my colleague who did it was here. Yeah. I can't remember what we did. We set a couple of environment variables and then redeployed it and it worked. But yeah, actually we got that same error, which is hugely unhelpful.
Yeah, that sounds, it's like the kind of error that says to me like they actually don't have like resources allocated for my free application. Due to unhealthy allocations. Oh, troubleshooting guy. Oh, we are up.
Interesting.
Okay, yeah, this one's up and this one's ready to go immediately.
Railway also has some resources from migrating from Heroku. So before we split, let's
let's have a look at that as well.
Maybe take a quick look at that. Yeah,
for sure. I likely going to give the same feedback, but
none of these have been particularly horrific, though. I think
no.
Again, I know it's not a hosting platform. I found the GitPod experience quite jarring because it pushed us to VS Code, and then we had to do all that first time setup, which involved. So in the chat, I wonder if it's around environment variables. There are no environment variables in this application.
No environment variables in the Snake.
Yeah.
I did get to choose Amazon, which I'm very excited about. Sorry, not Amazon. I did get to choose Amsterdam. Fly.io Blockly. Let's grab this. Also, you know what? If we didn't do, but we probably should have done, should have rated them on the URLs they gave us. What was the thing that gave us the really horrific URL? Was that Gitpod? Gitpod did give us the worst URL.
Yeah.
Flies are up there as like nice URLs. I mean, obviously it's gonna become like more crowded namespace as time goes on. Oh, okay. It has not gotten our customization, which is a bad sign. Problem detected. A response was not received before the timeout. Which is interesting because it's being very snappy here. It's being real quick. Are we getting logs? Oh. Did it die a death? Monitoring. Oh. Socket found at 0, adding fly.io. Okay, it's up. Do I have to do something to make this public? No, because I'm...
Why would you? It's...
Yeah. So why are you not able to get to it? Well, that's working.
Check the URLs correct in... yeah,
I'm going to. Oh. It might be. I've had a lot of problems with DigitalOcean Frankfurt. Let's try it. There we go. That straight away did it. Yeah,
I thought you
DigitalOcean
were going to give us a
Frankfurt
pronunciation
of M7 or whatever it was.
of
I don't know where in the
M7.
Netherlands that is. I know it's in the Netherlands. I don't know where though. We do go left, and that is a very low latency. That's very impressive.
Very,
but
very
also
nice.
that's
But
one
that's the whole
that's
promise.
been physically
That is the whole promise.
closest to me. Yes. Okay, let's go to Railway.
Yeah,
as Andrew
railway.app/Heroku.
Shout out to Railway and Render teams for representing and answering our questions. Thank you very much. We would be delighted to recommend either of these products to the Battlesnake community. They've both been great. Oh, this is a fancy marketing page. Well done, Railway. Wait.
It's the same.
It's just the same flow. It's just a marketing page. It is literally just a marketing page.
Scroll down, get a vibe off it. Yeah.
It's just a marketing
this
page.
This is
Yep,
a comparison page.
And that's, again, totally like, why are we doing this stream today? Because Heroku made the announcement and we are predatory and jumped on it. So these marketing pages, I would be doing the same if I ran a cloud
there was
host.
a pretty good chance this page already existed. Many developer products, many
Should
products
we go to the Internet
pages.
Archive and find out?
Yeah.
Google Cache. It's actually...
But that's my gut, is that it exists. I mean, if you go to the very bottom of the page, there's normally links to comparisons too.
Yeah.
Because I imagine there'll be others.
1 second. Internet Archive. Bottom of the page, comparisons, you reckon?
Yeah, normally, like in the footer there. Oh, maybe
Migrate from Heroku is on its own. That does
probably
look like
is
it's
a new
probably
page
timely.
then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at the Wayback Machine, see if there's anything else in there. It hasn't been cached at all, which is probably not surprising. Why was this OSS kickback? Get credits from users to deploy your open source project on Railway build. That's pretty cool. Anyway, that is the stream. We have done the things. So we have ran through Andrew's excellent blog post about deploying web servers for free in 2022 on the Battlesnake blog. We have now got many versions of Battlesnake running. We've deployed... we actually didn't fail. The only one that quasi-failed was we couldn't get the latency situation working on Replit. But they are deployed on everything else. So we have one on GitHub.
It's kind of a bit mixed. Applications weird in that the latency needs to be good for both Battlesnake and for you, as like wherever your browser is located. That is not typical of many web applications. Therefore, we successfully deployed everything. We went through a deployment process. That's great. Replit didn't work for our use case, but our use case is specific.
And this is where who was the one that didn't have regions? Was it Railway? Was it Railway? Railway is only in AWS West, and so that's having that problem. The request is going from Battlesnake, exact same situation as Replit.
Very true.
And
very
that
true.
worked. That worked totally fine.
Very true.
So faster free machines over on Railway. Is it? I mean, the original blog post does rate them. If I had to stack rank them, actually, can we? What's the power ranking generator? Yeah,
I've never
tier
seen
list.
this.
Yes. Okay. Do I need to have? How do I put things in them? These are memes. Okay. I don't.
Sorry.
I want to make a new tier list. Can I do this easily? No, I'd have to drag in all the images. If I were to rank them, I probably would put Railway first.
Same.
That was ridiculous. I would put Railway first just for speed of deployment. I think I would put Render first in terms of understanding what's happening and how
the counter one little counter there though is some developers don't care, right? They want the magic to just happen. Now that isn't necessarily me, but if that's that's the case, having a load of it abstracted away It's not
Yeah, I
necessarily.
mean, it's more like on first run, like I want to understand where my app is running. I want to understand how much it costs me. I think definitely after that, definitely true. Like I haven't opened the Heroku web UI in years. Like I just use the CLI, right? And so that's totally fair and fine. Yeah, really like Heroku. Git pod again was at a disadvantage because it's slightly different. But once we went the other path, the path that Andrew recommended, the web browser, it was fine. But like it is, again, it wants us to be editing the code there. That's its whole point. But the app is working and it's good. And then render and fly, I think, are kind of playing in the same ballpark, I guess. Where like it would be nice if they deployed faster, but they both work great. The latency on render was low, latency on fly was low. Yeah.
Then we had Replit and we also had Fly. And Fly's an interesting one because on the surface it looks really fun and impressive. That weird error that came up, I thought, for me, put a bit of a bad taste in my mouth.
It's also, we didn't do anything to resolve it. It just kept retrying the build and eventually it went away.
Also, exposing the build machines as resources, I found a little,
I don't understand
a little weird. Some people are probably super into that.
It makes
I don't think of that.
It gives me anxiety because I'm like, it's exposed for a reason. Am I meant to be looking at these? Like, am I meant to is there meant to be something there that I'm meant to be looking at? So, yeah.
Replit probably has to come in last purely because, I mean, it didn't. Although the latency on Fly was incredibly good, and that does matter.
But again, they did
in
have
the
the
world
most
of
granular
Battlesnake.
region option. Yeah, they did. They did.
Yeah, but I mean that matters. That matters in the world of Battlesnake, doesn't it?
It does indeed. I will be excited for Railway to get more region options. Actually, that's a good point. I couldn't use Railway today because I'm not deploying all my stuff to Pacific because I'm in Amsterdam. So that is a bit of a barrier. But yeah, cool. Well, thank you all for joining us on this special episode of Deploying Badly. We'll be back in, I think, 2 weeks' time. And we will almost definitely, by that point, be diving into the board code. We did open it today. It's the day after I go on vacation, so we're going to have a great time. I'm staycating, to be clear. No one has to worry. Awesome. Well, thank you, Kevin. Thank you, chat. Thank you, the staff from the vendors, for being here and chatting to us and being very generous as we probably said mean things on stream. Yes.
I won't be here. I won't be here next episode. I am both away and running my meetup.
That seems ill-advised.
Yes, all of these things are good, but we'll work it out.
Yeah.
We'll work it out.
Someone will be here. That means it's another episode of Stream Bankruptcy.
It may well be.
Anyway, goodbye, chat. Thank you so much. We will see you when we see you. Don't forget, next Thursday will be someone else who's not us. It will be Battlesnake Codes. It'll be the developers building cool stuff. So we will see you then. Bye.